Now, here in Nigeria, the federal government has approved the license for the establishment of a new University of Aeronautics and Management.
Nigeria government, through the National University Commission, has approved the license for the first aeronautic university in Nigeria. And this is a big step forward for the aviation industry of Nigeria. Of course, this particular one is going to be named after the owner, the person that is the brain behind it, Isaac Balami, University of Aeronautics and Management. I actually like that idea, so because it's not just all the time that you have to go and name, an institution after somebody that is long gone. So why the person is still alive and is the brain behind it? Why not? So this is a great, it's a great news. Of course, there are a lot of things that many Nigerians are not happy about, but I think this definitely is a step forward. So this license granted and approved by this present government. Of course, the present government is the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So this particular one is going to be located in Lagos. And it's not a surprise because, of course, the brain behind this was talking on one of the TV channel in Nigeria, and he was talking about the location, the choice of Lagos. So because they just want things, for a lot of reasons, security and also proximity to, the airport, the biggest airport in Nigeria. So all of those, with a lot of other reasons, are responsible for having it located in Lagos. So for me, that isn't a surprise.
And I'm curious to know where it's going to be located.
It's in Lagos, just about 15 minutes from the airport. For the sake of security challenges across the country, we have parents sending their kids across African countries, from Europe, from UK, to come and school in Lagos, Nigeria, and we just couldn't afford to keep the school outskirts of town, so it has to be close to the airport where they can also access the aircraft and airside as well.
So these regular, of course, this the person behind it has been talking about, how long it's taking him to get the license. Is something that is being 4 years in the making in terms of how long he's been pursuing this particular license. And something very important to mention as well about this is the fact that this person Isaac Balami is not new to aviation, and is like an expert in aviation industry. He's pilot himself. I think he's a pilot, so and also he has a company already, a company that deal with aviation, which is sort of like repairing and aircraft maintenance, shall I say. So he has a company that deal with that, so which means he's not somebody that doesn't know what he's doing. So, and it's a thing as well, because he also said because this is, I think it's definitely the first in West Africa. Whether I'm not sure whether it's the first in Africa, but definitely the first it might be the first in Africa actually, because this is mainly because there will be other institutions, maybe in South Africa or I don't know, Egypt or some of this North Africa, where there might be universities that have aviation as a degree or master degree or as a course, but this one is only aviation, so it's all about aeronautic. So aeronautic. So specifically, it's a specialized institution. So which there will be people from other parts of Africa that will be coming to this university to come and study as well. So there might even be people coming from abroad, coming to study there. So which is a good thing. It's a good thing that Nigeria is really taking this step forward thanks to this man. So this is the area of science, technology, engineering, maths. So this is what they call the popular STEM. So this is one of the area for this. So,
yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting development, especially given that this is actually the first of its kind on the continent, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is first of its kind, because we'll be dealing not just with the basic kind of aircraft maintenance, but we go into aerospace design and also management, which has been a major issue in the aviation sector across Africa.
And of course, there is the Nigeria College of Aviation Technology in Zaria, so which was established in 1964. So it's also a little, but this one is different because that one is not a degree awarding university. So, but this one will be a awarding degree. So, and this is why it's different from the Nigeria College of Aviation Technology. So this will be awarding degree. So, and so the kudos to this man, and hopefully they can take it to the place they want it to be. Of course, I mean they want to make a start, and also just get it to be one of the best that we'll be talking about in the future, and saying that wow, this is so Nigeria is doing a great thing, and it's really should be a step forward. So, and I think the man behind it as well said, saying there have been interest from all over the world in terms of people that want to come and study there. So they are going to soon have their first intake or so, and this can then kickstart, and we see how this is going to pan out.
Right. So when is it actually going to start running?
We are targeting this year, September. God's willing, we'll be giving admission across Africa and, of course, across the world. Yeah.
So, and this is, again, you can look at this more like a private. It's more almost like a private university sort of. So that this is where I see this actually. So we see what will happen.
All right. Well, just like I read a while ago, you heard it. Critics are of the opinion that that what we have now are, in quote, glorified secondary schools instead of universities. Why give more licenses to universities? How do you respond to them?
Well, for us, I don't know about any other person or any other organization. The Isaac Balami University was birthed out of sheer passion for Nigeria and, of course, for Africa. At the age of 25, I was privileged to be elected as the national president of aircraft pilot and engineers, and I was the president for about 8 years. And in these 8 years, I had the privilege to work with about 6 to 7 aviation ministers. With that platform, I was able to access different parts of the world in terms of aviation conference, seminars, workshops, and I saw the deficit. When Aero sponsored me to Kansas in Wichita to do my manufacturer's course, I saw what learning was all about. How you can build aircraft, assemble these things, and today almost 90% of my classmates in other parts of the world are building aircraft. They're doing great things. And they weren't even the best in the class while I was in the US. Some of us were top in the class. So what we did was, before we applied to get the NUC license to float a university, already our partner, we have 7-star Global Hangar, where we're the first private independent in the entire West and Central Africa with the largest up-spec. We've done over 60 aircraft C checks and D checks, heavy aircraft maintenance, including the aircraft that the president flies, the AW139, and is flying successfully. For the first time in Africa, local Nigerians were able to get the manufacturer in Canada to tear the engine of the Pratt & Whitney engine apart, to install a thermocouple in it. For the first time, that was done in Nigeria, in Africa. Today, over 3,000 Nigerian aircraft engineers on Boeing, Airbus, Embraer, Gulfstream, Sikorsky, Bell, I can go on, have gotten type courses that I could remember aero contractors in those days paying up to $100,000 for me to do in America in just 6 weeks to 8 weeks. And that we've done up to 3,000 through Leadstream, our sister company, in Lagos. And we felt if we can do this, which I don't think Ethiopia or Kenya or South Africa or Morocco or Kenya has turned up such number of certified aircraft engineers on type. We felt, okay, why don't we just go all the way to get a university where what took me 20 years to learn as a young guy, living Zaria, going to the US, doing my master's in the UK, and now wrapping up my PhD in America, what can we do that within 5 years, if you come to the Isaac Balami University of Aeronautics, the university is in Oshodi, close to the airport, and the student have access to the hangar. We have aircraft for training, whether for piloting or for aerospace design. And in 5 years, what took me 20 years to learn in the industry, we can give to our sons and daughters in just 5 years. And how? Every year, aside the Ramadan fast holiday and the Christmas holiday, this student will have access to the hangar every weekend and every other holidays. And when they are graduating, every year they have about 1,500 hours on a live aircraft login. Do you know what is aircraft engine change, engine overhaul, landing gear, airframe, structural repair, sheet metal works? And by the time your son or daughter is graduating from the Isaac Balami University of Aeronautics, the person has up to 7,000 to 10,000 hours on a live aircraft. Now, not Embry-Riddle, not Cranfield in the UK can give you that. 2, you're finishing with your pilot license, with your NCAA Nigerian license, and with your European license. And because we already have the license to train engineers on Boeing, Airbus, recognized by the manufacturer of those aircraft, it means that our children can also now have those foreign certifications. It means that from the day you are graduating, you're already employable, earning good amount of money. So it is not a dream, it's not what we intend to do. This is what we've been doing. NUC has just only given us a platform and recognized our effort at the university level.